Oh, there we go. Okay, so Eric, I want to hear the attitude again because I just started recording. So I said, so you're not prepared for this call because you're in the car. And what did you say?
I am prepared. This is where I'm always at. This is my mobile office.
Love it. I love the attitude. So is that attitude what got you to Icon in your first year with us, which means you earned your cap back?
Believe it or not, yes. Yes. I'm not in the city. I live about 20 minutes away from everything. So when I get a call or I have to go to a showing or I have to go anywhere to the party store, anything, you're looking at an hour to do it.
Love it. Okay. So tell us a little bit about you. So just walk me through kind of like a 2-minute elevator pitch of like who you are, how long you've been in real estate and how you found your way to EXP, and was even iconing a reason why you joined in the first place. So let's start with who you are. Okay.
Well, I'm Eric Raymo. I am an Icon agent. I became an Icon agent this year. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I did it at the very last second. It was my status renewed January 1st, and December 30th was my Icon closing.
Love it.
And unfortunately, like I was during December, I had 3 or 4 deals that got pushed into January.
You were like,
and so I was sweating bullets thinking I wouldn't do it, but I had the one deal that I knew was going to close and I was good.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Well, it just turned out even better because those 3 or 4 closed in January, which went towards my new cap.
Now you're Icon faster. So that's what Yasmin Rogers did in her first year. I remember her calling me on May 31st and her date reset on June 1st. And she's like, I don't know, is this going to count? It's literally at 5 o'clock on Friday, right? So she's like, is this going to count? I don't know. This is the deal that's going to make me Icon. And it did. I told her, I said, the day that you close that count, not when you get paid, but the day when you closed it. So it counted. She Icon the first year. The second year, though, she did it in 9 months. And in her third year, which she's only 2.5 years in the company, she did it in less than 6 months.
Wow.
So now that you know how to do it once, you are already 4 deals in January, just towards your cap, and there you go.
Yeah, I'm actually 12. I closed on my 12th transaction just last week.
And we are March 9th. Whoever's watching this, today's March 9th. Well, that's 8. Today's March 8th, right? So congratulations. So tell us, first of all, where your leads are coming from?
Okay, I'm all referrals. I pay for no leads. I'm part of a lead thing now, but that's only because I have people underneath me in my downline. And since they're kind of newer agents, I want to give them something to kind of work. So I decided to go ahead and try some of these so-called paid leads and just let them work those leads. It'll give them experience. It'll give them a chance to hear the crash and burns on the phones and the great chats that you have with people that are never going to get along. So
how is that going?
It's going well. I got 5 agents underneath me in my downline, and 3 of them are currently pending with something. So the other 2, one is brand new, just signed up, just passed her test last week, just got her emails yesterday, her EXP email. So and she's a go-getter, so I don't doubt she'll be doing very well in this industry.
So it's only matter of time when she's going to start producing. That's awesome. So when you say referrals for you, do you mean referrals from past clients, or do you mean referrals from agents with a 25% referral fee, or kind of both?
Nope. Everything is coming from past clients, people that I've run into. Let me kind of go back to where I started, and it'll kind of answer itself.
Absolutely.
I was a mechanical designer, doing mechanical machines, designing them up. My dad taught me how to do that when I was in high school. I went into CAD, did not get an engineering degree, but I have to call myself a designer because I'm not an engineer.
Yeah.
So I would design, I did that for quite a while, got into 3D automation, 3D auto, the 3D CAD, and, and then bounced around Detroit for a while, from one position to another to get a higher pay. And that was back when I was, 18, 20. In the meantime, I had played hockey all my life. Grew up in one city, graduated from a different city. So I had friends, really good friends in St. Clair, Marine City, and then ended up graduating from Marysville. So I have really good friends there. Played hockey in Port Huron all my life. So was on the travel team. So was fairly decent. So I know a lot of people in the Port Huron area, Blue Water area, and a lot of them know me. And then from there, engineering went for a little bit. In 2000, would have been 2001. I think I was laid off in August. Very end of August, I was laid off. And I had been coaching. I had out of hockey. I'm now coaching hockey. Coached Marysville High School. So I was good with kids. My wife says, and she's a teacher, she says, why don't you go to be a teacher? You're so good with the kids. They need elementary teachers. My wife's been an elementary teacher, first grade teacher for 25 years. I always tease her that she's never graduated first grade. But so I did. I says, all right, let's do this. And everything just worked out. 3 years later, I come out with a 4-year degree with a teaching degree. Got a job right away, went right into elementary teaching. So I started 6th and 7th grade math and science. And then I moved to Yale and got a job in Yale right away, like within 2 months.
Yale, the college you?
No, here in Michigan. Little,
okay.
little, not big, but little. We're from the Yale school district. We're in the Yale school district where we live. So it was good to get a job there. So I landed a job there going teaching part-time music for a day.
So you went from math and science to music.
Well, I did because it was a union job. Yeah. So I took it.
Did you know anything about music or anything about math? Which one was closer to home?
I know a lot about math and very little about music, but it kind of just lends itself to the personality. I absolutely loved it. Did great the first year. And then halfway through the year, they put me into first grade because they had an opening and I was hired in, and that was the protocol. Part-time people moved to full-time. So I took that first grade, and then from there, the following year, I went up to 6th grade, math and science. And then the following year after that, I got bumped down to 4th grade, where I spent about 6 years, which was awesome. So I taught 4th grade for 6 years, and then I bounced around a little more, ended up in gym class for the last 4 years that I was a teacher. And then in 2016, I was laid off from there. They were doing, budget cuts and whatnot. So, so I did a little bit of bouncing around. So I
that's when you got licensed?
That's when I got a license. So leading up to that, every summer, I would tease a friend of mine who has a brokerage in town. I would say, I'm gonna be a real estate agent over the summer. Why not? I got the whole summer off. Why not? So every spring he would get a hold of me and say, all right, you ready to do this? You got to take the class. By the end of the school year, I'd be like, yeah, I'm taking my summer off. I'm not doing it. No way.
Yeah, I need the summer off. Yeah.
Yep. So then that final 2016, I didn't have a choice. They laid me off. So I took the test, Michigan Institute of Real Estate, with George, and took it for a week. So anybody out there that's watching this, highly recommend the school, and I highly recommend going the week. Do the week. If
That's
you
what
can
I
do
did.
it.
That's what I couldn't do it online. I would never pass if I did it
No.
online. Never.
No, do the week straight, schedule the test the following week, you're done.
And
That,
call it a
that's
day. And I think Dwayne, my husband, I think he went to the same school you did. And I think his teacher was George too. He loved it. He passed
Oh,
first round.
George was really good. Straight to the point. This will be on the test. This will not be on the test. Whatever, just
George,
get me through.
yeah, I was surprised how hard it was to pass though. I just thought, how hard can it be to be a real estate agent, right? So when I went to get the exam, I walk into this room, right, full of people, and they are talking to one another, and one goes like, yeah, it's my 6th time, and oh yeah, it's my 7th time, or oh, it's my 2nd time, or it's my 3rd time. And I was like, whoa, so this
Yeah,
is gonna be harder than I thought.
little intimidation.
Yeah, I passed first round too. The foreigner, I was
Okay.
just like, God, just give me math. Just give me math so I don't have to do English. Because at English,
Oh,
when they do grantor, grantee, and widower and all, I was like, I don't know. Just give me math. Math, I don't have to translate. I can get it wrong. Yeah. So you passed and you started with your friend, I'm assuming?
yes. So I jumped in feet first. I was on unemployment, so it was a little easier for me to do that for the first few months, and I did all right. I mean, it was a little brokerage, didn't really have any training, anything like that. Just kind of, here's a desk. Yeah, here's a desk. The only training I got was I shouldn't see you here, because if I see you here, you're not doing your job.
You're not in the field, yeah?
All right, so what the hell do I do then? So, yeah, a little bit of hard knocks, but I got a few buyer clients, was able to pick up a few, and I did have to go back to work after about 3 months, but I think I closed. I think my gross commission was 10 grand after 4 months. So right after I went back to work doing design work, I ended up closing those jobs. But in the meantime, while I'm doing my 7 till 4 or 5 or 6 o'clock, I'm doing this real estate agent thing, so I'm taking calls. I got to sit at a desk all day in front of a computer doing 3D CAD. And when I would get my breaks, I would step out of the office and make my phone calls. And then at lunchtime, I would eat in my truck when I could make my phone calls. And then after work, I would go and show houses.
That's determination right there, right? There is a will, there is a way. If I have to hold a full-time freaking job and work on the evenings and work on the weekends, I will do that until I can quit my daytime job. So then I can work whenever I want.
So that is exactly my mentality. Was I'm doing this, and because I got a taste of it when I closed those houses, and I'm looking at these checks going, wow, I can do this. This is cool. I really liked just being around the people, just like the kids and teaching. I just liked helping.
Yeah.
It's all it's about. Just let me help, and I'll get in this job. You get paid for helping. And the more you help, the more you get paid. So it's just.
Are some of those kids now your clients? Because some time went by, right? So they are probably the age of able to purchase their homes now.
My first class as a teacher was in 2005. 2006 was my first full time. And I was a 6th and 7th grade, 6th grade.
Oh, yeah. So those kids are like, they're having kids.
I have closed 4 deals for that group just this past year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That probably makes you feel, but not only that, but you clearly made a good effect on them in their childhood, where they chose you again later on in life for another service, right? But same person, different service.
Yep. And also parents of kids that I had. So I've also had multiple, parents that the kids are off to college, the kids are here or there, but the parents call me and want me to list their house because they remember having that. I don't know if it's comfort or if it's just, what it is, but
I mean, if they trusted you with their child, right, then they would certainly trust you with the real estate transaction. So I always say, even when you do social media marketing, it takes time to earn their trust. But as soon as you earn their trust, they'll buy you whatever you're selling, right? So 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you were so said selling, teaching. That was your job. That's what you did for a living. And now you're selling real estate. Right? It's the same person, but if you earn their trust in one, you should be able to have their trust in the other, because it's a person that the trust is in. It's not not necessarily the line of work. So how many deals did it take you this year, Eric, to cap? And then how many deals did it take you to Icon?
It took me 15 deals to cap.
So what's your average price range?
Oh boy. I want to say it was around 180 to 200.
Okay, so you have a lower price range. So it took you 15 deals to cap because you're in the boonies, as you said, right? Yep. Grocery store is 20 minutes any direction. Same in Pinckney. I'm in Pinckney, Michigan. We live in the boonies, right? So if I want to drive anywhere like Trader Joe's, I'm going to Trader Joe's today, and it's a good 45 minutes drive from my house. So I had to get used to, like, if I want something, right? But in the same time, I have nature. In the same time, I have quiet, right? Yep. But then if you want to do more of the city living, I have to drive too. So I got used to that. But our price range is still a little higher than yours, just because we are around what we call the chain of lakes in Michigan. So the homes around the lakes, which you have like every corner around us has a lake, it raises our average price range, but that's probably the reason why yours is a little lower. So then you did 15. To be an Icon is 20 more deals. So 35 deals for you all together in a 12-month period. That makes you an Icon agent. And
well, we got to talk about that, because it's not really, it is 20 deals, but it's not. It's 20 transaction fees.
Yes, 20 full transaction fees. So if you took any referrals, they count for whatever percentage the referral was for. So if you got 75% of the referral, you paid out 25% to the other agent, that's considered 3/4 of a deal. It's not a full deal. Yeah, so it's 20 full deals. Yep. Yeah.
And that's where a little bit of learning came in this year, since it was my first year in EXP. I'm still learning. I was still learning the ropes and how it all works, and what is this Icon thing, and okay, just got to get 20 transactions. So I'm getting to my 35 transactions, and I'm thinking, all right, I Iconed.
Yeah. No, I did it. Yeah, because if you had referrals in there, they consider it whatever percentage you received is the percentage of the lead. Yeah, but now right? So I always say it's just math. You have to know the game in order to play it. And these are the rules to this game. It's 20 deals, but 20 full deals, meaning you are collecting 100% of the commission. You're not splitting it with anyone. It's not a referral. It's not a team lead. Same in my case, since I have a team and I take 50% of every lead, now they're considered half a deals. So I don't have to do 20 after capping. I have to do 40 after capping.
Right? Well, not only that, I had a couple of deals in there where I double dipped.
Yeah, and that doesn't count either.
No, it only counts as one transaction, because you're only going to pay one fee, one $250 fee.
I know that's a BITCH, right? Because you're like, hold on a minute, because that's two sets of clients, two works, right? Like I'm being the listing agent here and I'm being the buyer's agent here, which is two separate clients, two separate, side of the file, but they're buying the same house.
Yes. Yep.
They're buying the house that these are selling, right? So I understand where corporate's coming from, like, well, we don't want to charge you two fees because you're selling the same house, right? So they look at it as one deal. But when you're heading, which is good for most agents, right? For 99% of the agents, that's a great deal because they're only paying one cut on a double flip. Right. But for the one of that we want to Icon, right? For us, it doesn't matter because I rather pay the $250 twice. So then it considers two full deals so I can get to Icon faster. I agree with you.
Well, so then, you learn the ropes on it, and it is what it is. But so it took me, I think I did 41 deals, I think is what I ended up with last year. And of course, on my 41st deal, I finally Icon. And of course they had to draw it out a little bit, because so the last deal I didn't get paid for like a week or so, there was some, oh, I know what it was. They thought I had already iconed, so they only charged me $75
Okay.
instead of the $250. So when I called the icon, I got went into the world and did the whole icon thing, and she said, yeah, that was our mistake. I said, so did I icon or did I not icon? We were, for 2 weeks, I kept waiting for this official word that I iconed, and they had to actually go back and change the transaction and charge. So
The full
I had to pay them because they
yeah,
had already paid me.
yeah.
So I had to pay them the difference
And but
before
I'm
they.
sure you're gonna be happy to pay the difference.
I
I
was.
pay
Yes.
100, and what does that come out to be? Like $175 to get 16,000. I'll pay it anytime. Can I
Yeah.
do it again? Can I do it today?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll pay
Exactly.
175 to get 16 grand, right? Any day. The math just makes sense. So Eric, if you were to, if I ask you, give me 3 tips, something that an agent can do today, right? That they can take that lesson, implement it into their business and icon as well. What would those 3 tips be? So start with number 1 or 3. Yeah.
I would say I didn't do it through networking, but in a way, everything was networking for me, because of the years I had put into teaching and coaching and just get involved.
Yeah.
If you're not involved with things, you're going to have a really hard time capturing leads that are going to stay with you. And then you're also not going to you're having a hard time getting referrals to you as well because of that trust. So you want to get out into the world and I'm not talking about network with other agents. I mean, that's a byproduct. You want to do that for your own relationship in real estate, for other reasons, but get out, coach something, teach something, get into the community and help with things, become part of the school in some way, part of your church, part of whatever it is you want to do, the Elks Club, the Lions Club, the whatever. Get out there and be part of it. Get out there and do something and enjoy it. Have fun. Make it a hobby. Go bowling. Go do a couples bowling night, a bowling league, a golf league, whatever it is you enjoy, do it.
Then you get to meet people, because I joke all the time, but I look at everyone as my potential client, because I don't know a single human on earth that doesn't need a roof above their head. So everyone is my potential client, even if they live in California, because then I can refer them to an agent in California, right? And there's this thing called the referral fee. So I literally look at every relationship that I make, right? When I fly on a plane, when I sit next to someone in church, when like, you never know why those people cross your path. And who knows, maybe it's because the one day they become a client or a referring partner. I have so many that didn't buy or sell with me because they still live in the same house that they ever lived in, right? But they send me their friends. And that's all you need is to have those relationships formed, earn their trust, and do it through whatever that you enjoy doing, like bowling or golfing, as you said, or partaking in church. What would be a second one?
Follow up. Your follow up, and it just lends itself to it. If you're going to talk to somebody, you need to follow up with those people, and that's whether or not they are a friend, a family, or a stranger that you meet at an open house. You still need to follow up because you need to build that relationship so that they can trust you.
Yeah.
And it's not about following up and saying, hey, are you going to buy a house? Are you going to sell your house?
Yeah.
No, it isn't about that. It's about being genuine. And I guess this could be kind of our third one, is be genuine with what you do. If you go to, hey, honey, we're going to go sign up for a bowling league because I have to get out of the house. You better darn well like bowling because it's going to be absolute torture to take yourself there every day that you have to go when you're only going there for work. You want work to be enjoyable. You want it to be something that you do and it's a passion.
Yeah. That's why for me, I always say I don't work. I get to do what I love.
Yes.
And that's why
Yes.
social media is my thing, right? I found something that I enjoy doing. It comes natural to me. It is not work. I haven't worked a day in my life, right? I get to do it and I get to get paid for it, which is the most amazing feeling ever. So when you find that avenue like yours is like, I love coaching. I love spending time with kids. I love giving back to the community. And, and then through those children, you earned their parents' business as well. Does it feel like work?
No, not at all.
It's just what you do, right?
Yeah.
I was talking, I heard a story from a lady and she was like, yeah, but like, I don't like social media and I don't do this and I don't do that. So the lady was asking her, the host of the podcast was asking, okay, what do you enjoy? And she goes, oh my gosh, I'm a dog lover. Right. So I'm like, I love bulldogs. I foster bulldogs. I go to, shelters, right? And I find the bulldogs and try to find them families. And I spend I walk them and I spend a lot of, time with bulldogs and dogs in general and, fostering them and shelters and all that. And then, so the lady on the podcast was saying, it said, okay, so that there's like a group on Facebook that's called Bulldog Lovers and it has like 300,000 people in it, right? So it can be as simple as that, right? You could find your community in the bulldog lovers. You could be fostering bulldogs and finding relationship for people to take these bulldogs into their home. And next thing you know, maybe they're moving.
Yeah. Yeah. You never know where it's going to come from, but you can't be out. You still have to put time into, that time that you're not passionate about, that you still have to put into your business. I don't like doing paperwork. I don't like doing, cold calls and whatever, but you still have to do it. Still work. Like there's still times you still got to do
there
it.
are parts of the business for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But it feels like, but eventually, hopefully you can get to the point where you don't have to do it anymore. You can hire those parts
Right.
out. So I can
Right.
tell you, I haven't even onboarded myself when I joined EXP. Christy did, right? I know what my strengths are and I know what my weaknesses are. And even though I have the mindset that I can do anything, I also, if I don't feel like doing it, I'm not doing it. I rather take my time and energy and skill and invest it here, which I enjoy doing and makes me the most amount of money. And with that money that I make, I'm going to hire to someone to do the steps that I'm not good at or I don't enjoy.
Yep. Know your worth. Yeah.
Eventually the goal is to remove all that stuff that you don't enjoy doing. It has to get done, right? I don't have to be the one pushing the paper, right? Somebody else can push the paper. Thank you so much. And I'll go make more money.
Yes.
I enjoy doing that, right? So that's two. So first one was, your sphere of influence, building that authority and, earning their business through trust. Second was follow up, because the leads could be coming in. If you don't pick up their phone and call them, they're never going to turn into a client, right? And then what's the third?
I would say your third most important thing, like I had said, is just being genuine in the business. If you're not, and this goes into negotiating, it goes into the way you talk to your clients, it goes into just about everything that you do. You've got to be passionate about it. You got to be genuine with it. If you're being too salesy, if you're even thinking about it that way, it's not authentic, it's not genuine. It's not going to be something that they're just going to look at you and walk away. They might listen, but they're going to walk away because you don't have anything behind it. So, and learn, my goodness, being genuine and being authentic and being passionate means learning. I mean, you've got to want to learn. I don't have a lot of time because of how much time I put into everything, but I'm always listening to books. I'm always listening to, podcasts. I'm always listening to, another coach, whatever it might be, to try to better myself. So, talk to your title, talk to your lenders, get to know what they can and can't do, what they're capable of, and how they can take stuff off your plate. I mean, that's what brought me to EXP. I know that's going to be your next question. It's what brought me to EXP is I was with another brokerage. It wasn't the little brokerage. I was with a bigger brokerage that I had moved to while I was working again. And it happened to be closer to work. So I moved to them and I learned how to write an offer. I learned I learned all the basics from them. But then over time, I'm listening to their coach as he's telling us we need to run your business like a business. And in the meantime, in my head, I got fireworks going off saying, hey, then why am I taking all of my clients and sending them to your lender and to your title person? If I need to run my business like a business, I need to surround myself with people that are running businesses that support me. So you just want me to be a worker bee, but your trainer is telling me otherwise. And that's where it kind of clicked. I had a conversation about my cap and how much I had paid the year before with my manager.
I remember talking to you, and you took a long time to make the decision. I'm assuming just because you're a loyal person by heart, right?
I loved where I was at. They were great people. They're lovely. They're family.
Yeah.
But,
and those are the hardest decisions, right? Because we still, even though it's a business decision, we still somehow weave in the feelings and like, oh, I don't want to hurt them. They were so nice to me, right? And the same thing with me. I had nothing bad to say about either one of the companies. No real estate one. At real estate one, they called me the $1 million baby. I had an amazing cap, an amazing cut. I had a big window office. I did whatever I wanted. I like to say I would get away with murder, right? If I tried. Like literally, I could do whatever. They were amazing. At Keller, I didn't even have a cap. Like I was free of cap. I had ownership in a title company. I had no reason, and they were so nice to me, and everybody was nice, from the owners to the team leads to the agents, and I got to meet, right? I had truly no reason to leave, but I work for money.
yes.
And if I look at the loyalty and where my loyalty lies, and that's truly how I was able to answer it and justify it for myself, because I feel bad as a human for making the decision for people that did nothing wrong, right? And not only they did nothing wrong, but I never made them money. They paid me at Keller, right? But I looked at it, okay, so if I'm making a loyalty decision, then where does my loyalty lie? To my broker or to my family?
Yes.
No matter how hard the decision is, right? My loyalty is with my family. So if I can create my family, my legacy, right? My children, a better future, then I could create here with the same work ethic, then I need to be here.
Yes.
And it was really that simple. It was complicated. Don't get me wrong. It took me 3 years to finally listen and come over to EXP. But it was the best decision I've ever made. Do you feel the same 1 year in?
I do. Yes. Yes. It's, yeah. And that was just it. Was you've got to build your network. You've got to build your team. You've got to build your business. This isn't, if you're going to run around and just sell houses, you can work anywhere.
Yeah.
Anybody will be willing to take you, because they'll love taking your money from you and having you go out and just make them more money.
Yeah.
That's fine. But if you're in it for the long haul and you want to build a business out of it, there's no other brokerage that gives you any more opportunities than EXP. 100%.
That's for sure. Well, I wanted to congratulate you for iconing in your first year with us, not your first year of real estate, but first year with the EXP. So congratulations. I know the second year around, you're going to get there faster, because now you know what to look for, right? And how to structure those deals to get to icon faster. That kind of double-sided. It's almost better to just give the other side away at a 50-50 split.
And it's, unfortunately, the way they have it structured, it's better to even source it out to a different broker. But
the thing is,
that's another time.
Yeah, only because you know the game now, right?
Yes.
So I just wanted to thank you for your time and sharing your knowledge. You make it sound really simple, how to icon, right? Just be nice to people, do your thing, and there you are. They'll refer you, right, when you're under trust. So thank you so much. I can't wait to see next year this time, right? Or maybe earlier next year when you icon again, to see what you changed and how you got there faster, because that just seems to be the rhythm of things. Everybody who icon just start doing it faster and faster and faster, because you get to learn the game. So thank you for sharing your knowledge. Thank you for your time. You could have spent it anywhere else, right? Thank you for sharing your knowledge with everybody else that's trying to go where you're at. Well, thank you for having me on here, and it was a pleasure. And I plan on iconing much sooner this year. I love it. Well, thank you, Eric, and congratulations on the team. Look at you go. Not
Yeah.
only that, but now you have a team of 5.
I know. It's exciting and exhausting at the same time. Yes. So,
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that's awesome. Thank you, Eric.
all right. Take care, guys. Thank you.